see, in this world, there's two kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns, and those who dig. You dig. Win.
As the then aging Clint Eastwood said, you can have two choices, and in aging, your charisma can actually be good or bad. So let's look at a couple of politicians first. Donald Trump, and see his charismatic appeal.
Ladies and gentlemen, President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Of course, Trump was never short of confidence, and he used the crowd to help him all the way along. But his opposition in the 2020 US elections, Joe Biden, wasn't as subtle and couldn't get the crowd on his wavelength.
Welcome at Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. It was a joke. You didn't know where we were anyway. It's great to be here. And back...
Then again, Donald Trump wasn't so intelligent with his charismatic appeal when he showed that he wasn't at all understanding of the coronavirus when it first came to US shores.
A lot of people have said, a lot of people have thought about it. Write it out. Don't do anything. Just write it out and think of it as the flu. But it's not the flu. It's vicious.
In that clip you can see where Trump actually used a subtle tone at the end, but even more subtle is Joe Biden in the way he explains things. And just listen here and you'll notice a very slight dip in the language he uses.
In turn infecting other people. So it's just, we just have to move much more rapidly, much more quickly.
Joe Biden uses a facial expression right here, and you'll notice how he really shows the importance by emphasizing and using the word very. But watch as his right eyebrow lifts.
Very fine people on both sides. Very fine people on both sides.
But if you continue to just ask these hugely important politicians very simple questions, you won't get very oppositional tactics. Watch how the charisma and the veil falls with Donald Trump as he becomes very defensive when asked about North Korea.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal state. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly, power.
Rather than wait and be asked about North Korea, Joe Biden decided to bring it up in a crowd, an appreciative crowd. Watch here in how he gets a cheer in what he says about them.
Are we a nation that embraces dictators and tyrants like Putin and Kim Jong-un?
But the aging Joe Biden wasn't exceptional. He too could come very defensive. Watch here as he folds his arms and dips his head to show the real truth about what he's saying.
At least the former vice president shouldn't be criticizing a president of the United States.
Getting older is not that easy for a lot of people, especially males who are not naturally athletic. Showing that charismatic appeal when the camera is around is not that easy, as we can see here as Donald Trump plays golf. Joe Biden is far more subtle, both physically and with his psychology with people. And you notice here how his golf swing is a lot more easeful than Trump's delivery. But that easeful golf swing is a lot more complimentary to Joe Biden, as he made an absolute clanger of a mistake when he was seen to do a promotional exercise video with Barack Obama when he served as the vice president back in Obama's reign.
Mr. President, you ready to move?
Absolutely. Let's do this thing. Let's move.
The aging Donald Trump usually loves a crowd, but in this particular clip you'll notice how the greatest leaders of the world were his audience and they just didn't buy it.
In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay.
Still, Donald Trump had a very good comeback and he turned a negative into a positive. Watch how Joe Biden here plays the crowd and subtly shows who's the funniest in the room.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democrat.
Moving away from politicians for a moment, the aging Jack Nicholson has been seen as being the most sexiest man around. Watch how he accepts this award, but very subtly looks to the beautiful female in appreciation.
And there's the affirmation of his peers and co-stars.
You can see how Nicholson won awards because he was ahead, and he was ahead of the female charm right there. But being ahead of a female and then showing the opposite of charm, anger, is what Joe Biden did right here. A much better way for an aging man to show this charisma with a female is exactly what who we began with, the great Clint Eastwood, did with Ellen on her own show.
One time she called up and said, somebody made a pinata of her, our hero here, and then they said, now you're supposed to go out there. And I said, oh, I'm going to go out there and just look at the pinata and maybe get a free candy or something.
Maybe the difficulties with charm and charisma as people age, and especially males, is that they can't handle the truth.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Maybe if they have all that anger, they need to get it out in a different way, not just golf, as Joe Biden and Donald Trump did, but they need to look at their compadre, their peer, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is very aging, but yet he can use the strength and power that he has within. Okay, fair enough. He has a wonderful body, even for an older man. But another guy who can use his body and show people humour and true charismatic appeal is the Scot Billy Connolly.
Dear Mr. Conley, I saw your otherwise excellent show. What a pity. You descended to the dwarf stoner. I, personally, am a member of the Tall Dwarf Society.
Aging, though, and showing charisma is about acceptance. I mean, after all, it's not going back. The clock is not rewinding back, as Warren Beatty shows here.
A star.
Why not?
Well, you don't have to have a star if you don't want it.
Having that self-awareness and being able to just laugh at yourself is another way of how Michael Caine, the great actor, did on a live talk show. Watch here as you notice how he just really had to have a laugh at himself.
Oh yeah, everyone. I can do it. Can you do it? Yeah. Hello, my name is Michael Caine.
Perhaps one of the coolest actors, even as an aging man, is Al Pacino, and you'll see how he's really cool right here. But also how he accepts what has to happen when you're getting older.
It goes right back to the saying about luck, you know. You start thinking that way as you get older. You start thinking about those pivotal moments in your life, those that literally save your life. Especially if you come from a background I came from.
It's really important to avoid being angry in public when there's cameras around.
Are you wearing a jock strap or what?
I'm not tonight.
Ah, okay. That's why you're smiling.
I am indeed.
Maybe it's too tight.
The director isn't here tonight. Anything will leave behind that? I mean, would you work with that?
You probably knew you were going to be here.
Would you make another film with the director again if you had to?
Would you do another interview with me? Yeah, well, I wouldn't do a film with him. All right.
Perhaps Sean Connery shouldn't be judged though. After all, he's had a lifetime of being in the spotlight. Another man, Danny DeVito, shows how really and truly honesty can be really befitting of an older gentleman who has that charismatic appeal, still likes the ladies.
It's always about women. It's always about, it's not basically, don't you think? I mean, it's not about, is it about anything else? It's like really your whole life is like basically about, like, as a kid, when you're a teenager, all it is about going to the dance. The dance is the big thing. And then you'd have the girl in school who was really tall, who was self-conscious because she was tall. That was always fun too, because you'd go out with the girl who was like really big girl, because
You would.
why not? Yeah, absolutely. The idea is that we would have a good time.
So there you have it. You can age gracefully, that's your choice, or you can take the other path, where it's just not good at all. So I've asked others what they think, and here's what they've come up with. So, hope you liked the video. I will make many more if you subscribe, please. Until next time though, have a wonderful day.